I want to welcome everybody to today's collaboration meeting where we're going to talk about using NextDoor as part of your social media marketing in your real estate business. So let me share my screen. Using NextDoor in your real estate business, it's very different, but it's not any different, if that makes any sense. So NextDoor, it's not, when you look at it, when you use it, it's not unlike any other social media platform, but there is one huge difference, and that is that NextDoor is really hyper local. So if you're familiar with NextDoor at all, it's broken up into neighborhood groups. So you join your neighborhood, and then you can select other neighborhoods nearby that you can post to, or you can post things to anybody on NextDoor. But for the purpose of real estate marketing, it makes no sense to post to everybody, which is one thing that makes NextDoor appealing, is that it allows you to stay really hyper local without having to create an ad or anything like that to make sure it gets out to just those local people. One drawback from NextDoor is that not a lot of people use it. Especially if depending upon your area. I have gotten clients from NextDoor, so it does work. But just like any other social media, you are using it to get people to know, like, and trust you. If they don't know, like, and trust you, then they're not going to pick you as a real estate agent. So when you're creating your NextDoor account, it's just like creating any other account, but here's some tips. After your last, don't put like mine is KatWilliamsHomes. Don't put KatWilliamsHomes, put your name and then realtor, or if you're not a realtor, real estate agent. Because you want people to know that you're in the community and that you're a real estate agent, but not that you are necessarily a business. And I'll talk about that in just a second. If you are not farming your immediate neighborhood, like I don't farm my immediate neighborhood, you need to put in an address that is local to your farm. Nobody knows, things don't get mailed to you at that address. It's just, it will get you in your farm. And then you can select areas around the farm to expand it, but it's still hyper local. Don't pay for a business account in NextDoor. There's not a whole lot of videos on YouTube about using NextDoor, but all of them say don't pay for a business account. Just do a personal account and include realtor in your name. The bottom line for why you don't want to do a business account is because it's not worth it. You can take out ads, so there you go, you get your business across that way, but it's just not worth what you pay to buy a particular zip code like Zillow and have your business page pushed out there in front of people. So when you're setting up your account, see, I did Kat Williams Realtor. I don't live in West Wilmington, but that is where my farm is. And I did since 2006 because that's how long I've been a real estate agent. So, I mean, not literally a complicated story, but anyway. And then of course you have your bit to do your bio. Know that if you put your hometown in there, that when you're setting up your page, that it will automatically put in your hometown at the end of your bio. So New Vienna is not my hometown, but it's where I live right now. So it shows them that I am local to the area. There's about 500 characters to do your bio. So as you're setting up your page, you want to take time to go and discover your town. So if you click on discover your town and it'll pop up West Wilmington or whatever your town is, there will be groups that you can put yourself into, just like in Facebook or any other group. And so I encourage you to join all of the groups that you think you would have an interest in, or something that you can truly contribute to, again, to get people to know, like, and trust you. Then create your own group. Create a local real estate group. I just did this yesterday. So I don't have success numbers on it, but I said Wilmington, Ohio real estate. And so far I just posted a little bit about myself. And then I've done, I put my market update information just for Wilmington and explained a little bit about it. And then I posted a video in there about that I'm working on a series with my inspector about inspecting your roof. So that's all in my group. There are ways as you're setting up your group, it will ask you if you want to invite people that you know or invite people that are in your area. So invite everybody, of course. You can post an invite in your on your regular newsfeed to invite people to come to the group. So all that stuff is similar to any other social media platform that you have. It's like more like Facebook. You can do regular posts, you can do video, and you can do pictures. So your neighborhood, when you're setting things up and you choose your neighborhood, if you are actually farming the neighborhood that you live in, sync your contacts. If you're not, don't worry about it. But if you are, then you're going to have people that are in your neighborhood that are on Nextdoor, and then you'll invite them to like your page. And to expand your neighborhood, you're going to click on this little icon up here in the upper right-hand corner of when you're setting up your page. You click on it, and it will take you to this right here. See who you know nearby. It's important when you're going to post something in Nextdoor, just like within Instagram, to click on the add a post. Otherwise, you don't know where it's going to go. At least that's a personal experience I've had. So as you can see, it is just like doing any other post. You can put what's on your mind. You can add a photo or a video, do a poll, create an event, post about a safety issue if you actually live in that neighborhood. And then, of course, they have a buy, sell, trade kind of like marketplace thing. When you click on add location, you're going to change the location to the area that you serve. Do it by city or county. It will still come to the area that you've niched yourself down in, but then it's also going to post to everybody in Clinton County, which is what I picked. So this picture right here is in my farm area, but here I could go in and search and start typing Clinton County, Ohio. It'll pop up. I click on that. So then it comes out to everybody in Clinton County, Ohio. Remember, Nextdoor is super hyper local. So if you cover multiple counties, you're going to want to have different posts that highlight different areas. And the way you highlight is by using this, this neighborhood or location page. Any questions so far?
Kim has a question.
Okay,
hey,
Kim, what's
Katrina?
your question? Kim,
She may be.
Yeah, sorry. I posted it and I had to get up and shut my door because there's a blender going in my background, which was obnoxious. So can I go in and add realtor after my name to my current account?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can change your name just like you can in Facebook. Go into view profile and then edit profile, and that will help you do that.
Thanks.
Okay. So let's go back one here. So you're in your location, you select your location, you click the back arrow, and then it's going to bring you, you click next, and it's going to bring you to this. This is where you want to pay particular attention to stay hyper local. So you're going to post it, you're going to click next, and then you're going to click the down arrow after the little global app right here. And you're going to get something that looks like this. So you can post it only to your neighborhood. So if you are doing an event specific for your farm, you would want to select your neighborhood. Otherwise, I always select nearby neighborhoods. If you are doing an event that is really open to anybody, like I did an event on Movement Mortgage's Boost program, that's available to anybody in 48 states. So then you could put it that it's available to anyone on Nextdoor. So your goal with Nextdoor, though, is to stay as hyper local as possible. That's what sets it apart from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that stuff, is it's hyper local. Share even the obvious stuff when you're posting. Like we've got a huge Rock the Block thing coming up at the end of July. Even though the whole town knows about it, post about it. This is also a good place to highlight local businesses. So like in my newsletter, I do a business of the quarter. So then I can go out and I could do, if they'll let me, a lot of people don't like video, but you could go out and do an interview with the local business of the quarter, or just post that when you're creating your newsletter, just go and make a post about your local business of the quarter. So just like any other social media, the key is to engage. But the one thing with Nextdoor to remember is it's not about the real estate posts. It is really, truly about getting people to know, like, and trust you. People on Nextdoor are going there for help and assistance. They do not want to be sold. So this is where your really long list of stupid vendors like the pool guy and the ice guy and any of those little obscure vendors that you can think of, along with your popular ones. That's where that vendor list comes in handy, because if someone posts that, hey, I need someone to come take care of my lawn for me while I'm gone for 2 weeks, you can go in and say, hey, I'm a real estate agent, and so is the person that I use for my clients that need landscaping assistance. So keep it about their needs and wants and get them to know, like, and trust you. I think the know, like, and trust factor is so much more important with Nextdoor than it is with any other social media platform, because it is hyper local. You could be at the grocery store and you could see someone who's been watching your posts. You could be out at a local town event and somebody could run into you. Hey, you're that realtor on Nextdoor, aren't you? And the really cool thing about Nextdoor is it is underused by real estate agents. The real estate agents that have joined it as a business, and they've paid for a zip code. All people get from those people are ads about being a real estate agent. So by staying hyper local and getting people to know, like, and trust you, you're doing something different that most other real estate agents don't do. So again, don't make it about real estate, but you don't have to make it uber personal either. You are there to help people, to engage with them, be their neighbor. So the best ways to use Nextdoor are to promote listings, to promote open houses, events, provide helpful information, and to run ads. That's the simplest, the best ways to use it. It doesn't mean you can't post something about your business. Like if you're running a special, like I have my referral giveaway that I'm doing. So I could certainly post that into my Nextdoor because they know people, they want to enter the referral giveaway, that kind of thing. But don't make it about selling people on why you're the better agent. Don't make it about, unless you actually sell something in your farm, don't make it about, I went under contract, I closed. Keep it as hyper local as possible and keep it as much about about engaging with them and being their neighbor. One thing Nextdoor does is when new people join your neighborhood, it shows up in your news feed. And so that's a really good opportunity for you to welcome that member to your neighborhood. Yeah, of course, they probably just purchased a home or they just moved, but someday they will sell and they know other people that are moving to the area possibly. But in the end, they're going to know people, and it's about referral and it's about building that know, like, and trust quality. And if you're the first real estate agent who reaches out to them when they've moved to the area, other than their own, you're going to make that impact on them. Okay. Any questions? That was a lot.
Trying to figure out how to, because I have one of mine pulled up, and I can't see where to, I can change, like I can add the bio and stuff, but I can't change it to add realtor to it. I'm just trying to figure out how to, just curious.
While you guys are pulling up, I have a suggestion that's worked for an agent that is in this group. So what she's done is, and I'm not suggesting you have to do this, but she had a neighbor who needed somebody to pet sit, so she pet sat for them for free. She had a neighbor who needed somebody to go over and cut their sprinklers on and off. She went and did it. She just says, hey, and now this is her neighborhood, they're not far away. So she's that person that everybody raves about for doing the little chores.
Mm-hmm.
And that's prospecting for her. So,
yeah.
Think about that too. It may be that it's a vendor thing, but if it's somebody who's like a mile away and it wouldn't hurt you to go run and do it or go grab something and, hey, can you put this on my back porch? I got a delivery and I don't want it to get rained on. So a lot of people, just it's being neighborly.
Yeah. And that's what I was
I'm
just
not
going to
suggesting
say.
driving across town, but she does it. She's in this group and it works out fantastic for her.
Yeah, being their neighbor is the most important thing with Nextdoor. That's how you want to treat people. So I figured it out. Hang on a second. Let me go in to share my screen here. Okay, so when you go in, so Kim, this would work for you too if you haven't figured it out yet. When you go in and you click on your face and you click view profile, I may not have gone the right step there. Okay, hang on here. Go back one. Okay, there it is. Click on the little settings gear right here. And account settings and preferences. And you can change your name.
Perfect. Got it. Thanks.
You're very
you.
welcome. So any other questions with that?
Have you received any negativity? So in the area that I'm in, people love to bash realtors. Don't really know why.
Because there's a ton of you.
There are many agents. So have you received any of that? You know, I've kind of prepared because I do get bashed sometimes. Well, just anytime you put a post out, or, you know, I tend to put my listings on I put my listings on everybody's page in every state, because I am one of those states that people move to. So I've kind of gotten my, like, either no response or, you know, thank you for your opinion, whatever. I tend to not respond when I'm in a grumpy mood. But have you had any of that? And on Nextdoor, have you needed to respond? And how would you do that?
Yeah, I haven't had any negative feedback or any trolls popping in. I mean, I've been using Nextdoor for probably 3 years, and I can't remember any specific situation where I had to respond to someone who was being rude or whatever. And I presume, so I tried to do some research on like Nextdoor's algorithm, like what helps, but I think it's really similar to this new thing on Instagram called Thread, which Amy, we need to do a class about that. But because it's a news feed. So I even Googled, like, you know, Nextdoor's algorithm or best use of, you know, best things to post to move you up. It doesn't. I think it's a time thing. And so there's no like,
it's a time and location.
yeah. So, but you know, I think it just comes down to being hyper local and sticking with being your neighbor. Just always kind of remind yourself, you know, don't you want to be my neighbor? So
I'll put my little sweater on.
yeah, put a little sweater on. I want to be your neighbor. That would actually be a cute video to do to introduce
That
yourself
would.
on Nextdoor. Put a little sweater on, walk through a door and say, hi, I'm your neighbor. And I'm also your local real estate expert. So, and that's the thing in comments, that's what I say. Because I do it like even on my local Facebook pages and stuff. When people ask for recommendations, I'll say, you know, somebody's looking for a cement contractor. You know, I recommend Tom Denny as a real estate agent. He is my go-to person when my clients need cement work done. You know, that way you're getting it out there. Because like on a lot of the local pages on Facebook, you can't join as a business page. So you've joined as your personal page, which does not say you are a realtor most of the time, unless they actually look at your bio. So any questions? Has anybody had any successes in using Nextdoor?
How often do you recommend posting, Kat?
I would say at least 2 to 3 times a week. You know, if you post something to your regular social media that is you think would be helpful to Nextdoor, then absolutely post it. Like I do my monthly market updates, and I do it for such a large area that it actually comes out as a video. But for Nextdoor, I just posted the one slide that was about our area.
And you do that once a month?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I would just do that once a month, unless something like you find out, like, okay, in our area we have an old drive-in theater that's being converted into a new subdivision, and they're in a holding pattern. So if all of a sudden you see or you read something that says they're starting development, that's hyper local. So share that with them and say, hey, I just read blah 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 blah. You know, we, as you know from reading my stuff, we desperately need homes for sale in Wilmington. So this is going to be a really good thing for us.
Them, take a shot, throw them, export, 3 sheets, me in the gas.
Kat, we have been spammed.
I muted her. There we go. No, I think it was.
I thought somebody popped in that shouldn't have been in. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just muted somebody. So,
Okay.
And the way that I've gotten clients off of Nextdoor has just been engaging, and you know, I haven't responded to anything where anybody said point blank, I need a real estate agent. It's just been responding and engaging with things, paying attention to what's going on. So I think maybe, so I posted something yesterday, my newsletter, because my newsletter is very hyper local. And so I posted my summer newsletter as JPEG pictures. And then I did a Google form for people who wanted to sign up for my newsletter. So, because my farm, I have like I have 2 different local farms that I do. And so the one farm, the bigger one, is the one that I've subscribed to in Nextdoor, but the other one, if I post to nearby neighborhoods, then they'll get it too. But so everybody in between gets it though, because, you know, there's overlapping areas if you look at the maps. So I just did that yesterday, so I don't know, you know, if I got it, if it'll be successful or not, but.
Do you have a trick if you, well, when I was in Arizona, because I lived in so many different spots and over the years of inside, you know, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arcadia, stuff like that. So to join the other neighborhood next door, I had to have a different email address, you know,
Yes.
to have. So yeah, so I have 3 different email addresses that I use.
Yeah.
Moved out to South Dakota, you know, I kind of did the same thing here, but I just got here, so I've got to get all involved again. So
Yeah, and I think like I have a large farm area that is north and in a different county, and then I have a couple of small farm areas that are south and in different counties. But I think for the purpose of Nextdoor, I'm really just going to try and stay hyper local with Wilmington, because there's a lot of people that live in Wilmington but work like in Dayton or Cincinnati. So, you know, as everybody gets to know, like, and trust me, that referral aspect is going to be there.